to the Almost Private podcast. I'm your host, Mariah. And today I want to talk about failure and how it has, in so many ways, affected every single person that's ever walked this earth. They have failed in some way, some shape, some form, and how some people are able to overcome that failure and how others are stifled by it and they get a little bit more stagnant. And when I'm talking about this, if I'm honest, I've fallen into the latter of those. Before we hop into today's topic, I want to start off with a temperature check. And I'm going to do this every episode. I'm a big tea drinker. And so today I'm drinking chamomile tea. I wanted to drink some chamomile tea to help calm my nerves. I want to just take a little sip. I'm feeling really good today. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling bad? Are you kind of just like coasting, not sure? Is this a topic that's aligning with where you are currently? Please let me know down in the comment box below. I was listening to the host of A Diary of a CEO, and he mentioned increasing the probability of failure and how it is part of success. I honestly never thought about it in that way. And it kind of helped me really start to think and start to reframe failure in my own mind and why I am at times so stifled by it. And it's such a fearful topic for me, and I at times don't want to be seen as someone who is failing in a certain area. I just kind of went down a rabbit hole internally about it. I want to share something with you all about myself personally. If you have been with me during my YouTube content creation career, you would know it has not been that successful. And I say that with a heavy hand. And the reason I say that with a heavy hand is because it is the truth. It is something that I had to come to terms with. And I honestly think it's okay. I know a lot of things in this world that I have worked hard for have not always come to fruition or have been fruitful in the way that I wanted to be. And so I just had to redirect myself and find something that aligns. So today I want to talk about the 3 main points that I'm currently in the process of doing to help myself to overcome that and to continue to move forward. Number 1, the first thing I want to talk about is reframing failure and reframing the mindset around failing. For me, and for so many people that I've talked with, the feeling of being a failure is a present that we put our mind in. You can fail at something and not be a failure. You can fail at something and fail at one particular task or one particular thing at a time, or even maybe multiple things at a time, without taking on the label being a failure. And that's so powerful. We are in control of our minds and our mindset, and we have the ability to reframe that at any time in our lives. So when I think about how things did not work out for me in the way that I wanted them to, and I myself started to maybe call myself internally a failure, that is something that I am putting a wall around my mind, and I am putting myself within a present of my own thoughts, my own negative thoughts. And how do you get out of that? Is it only to break free? So maybe reframing it to understand that failure is part of success and to take it as something that is a learning experience. And I know that sounds so cliche. I've heard it so many times, and I'm like, okay, like it's a learning experience, it's a learning experience, it's a learning experience. But the truth of the matter is, the reason is people keep saying it is because it's true. Like, come on now. It's because it's true. You can learn from everything in your life, good or bad. It's all about how we want to take steps to do so. So whatever it is that you may have recently failed at or failed at in the past, that you have been calling yourself internally a failure, break free. You have the power. Break free. What did you learn from it? Maybe it didn't work out for you in that way. Did you work hard? Break free from it. You just have to do so. You just have to break free from it. I know that that's easier said than done because I am in the process of breaking out of that prison. I will not sit here and act like I have broken out of that prison, but your girl got a plan. You hear me? Your girl got a plan. I'm climbing over them walls now. You surely am. And ain't no one gonna catch me. This is my mind. It's me. I put myself in that prison. I can break out of it. You may have put yourself in that prison. You can break out of it. If someone else has said it to you and you have taken on that label, you can still break out of it. If you're currently hearing it, I hope that you get out of that situation. But while you're in that situation, if they are telling you that, you need to just tell yourself, I am not a failure. I am not a failure. And that's just that. Was it a failure, or were you lacking discipline and consistency? That's a hard question. That's a hard question. I know that sometimes inconsistency does not give you the results that you're wanting, then you're saying it's a failure or you are a failure. When in actuality, you have not been consistent. You were not disciplined. And whatever it is that you wanted it to fall into your lap. And then when it didn't, you're saying that that you failed or you're a failure. And then you're putting yourself again within this prison. It's something that you yourself were not consistent at. So that's another question that we have to ask ourselves. We have to be truthful with ourselves. Is this something that we want? If so, are we being consistent at it? Are we working at it daily? Are we working at it weekly? Do we have a plan? Those are questions that we have to ask. Are they hard questions? Yeah. Yeah, they are. Is it hard to sometimes sit with yourself and realize that you yourself did not do the things that you needed to do in order to be successful? Hell yeah, it is. Is it impossible to start now? Hell no, it's not. It's not. Another aspect for me in reframing your mind is to understand why something may not have succeeded in the way that you want it to be. Was it not the right timing? Is it not something that's fully aligned with you? Is it something that maybe you saw that you wanted to do too, and then it just wasn't working out because it wasn't fully aligned with who you are at a core? Have you done the work? These are things that you also have to ask. So sometimes it's not as simple as things not going your way and then feeling like I have failed. Were you consistent? Were you disciplined? Do you know why it didn't go that way? Doing a little bit of self-reflecting can be beneficial so that you know how to move forward the next time that you're wanting to take on a new task. The shame of starting over. Woo! The shame of starting over. I heard something really, really powerful. It said, it's only embarrassing if you are embarrassed. And I was like, okay, now speak to me. So it's the same with this. It is only shameful starting over if it is shameful to you. It is only shameful starting over if it is shameful for you. If it is not, there's no shame in it. And if it is, honey, we need to do a little bit of deep diving into seeing why it's shameful. For me, I think I had it in my mind. I wanted to seem like I had it together. I didn't want to be seen as someone starting over because I was like, oh, I want people to think that I have it together. Now, do people think I have it together? I don't know. They probably don't. Maybe they do, they don't, I don't know. But I was somebody who I wanted to be seen as that. I didn't want to be seen as messy. And so, even though I am messy boots, okay? Not super messy, but like a cute messy. Like a refined messy. You feel me? So I didn't want to feel that way. But the reality of that is starting over may cause feelings of shame around needing to starting over and being seen starting over. Being seen starting over is not like, it's easy in a logical sense. It's easy. You just start again. In the emotional sense and the ego and the pride that we sometimes house, it can be seen as like, I don't want these people to see me starting over because now they know what I was doing beforehand has not succeeded. That sometimes can be a bit humbling, you know, especially if you're very happy about, very proud of what you were doing and then it didn't like succeed in the way that you wanted it to. It could be a little bit humbling, right? But that does not mean that it wasn't something that you can learn from or you can't be just as excited or more excited about starting over and letting that shame go. So I want us moving forward to let that shame go. Or even if we have that shame, to keep doing it anyways. Yeah, like why we don't just do it anyways. And I understand being stifled by it, but I also know that we have to keep moving forward. We just have to. Outside of that doubt, we have to value ourselves. We have to value our goals and what we want to succeed in life. To not let the shame of being seen starting over be so tied and so intertwined with our ego that we can't untie it in order to move forward. This is for anyone out there currently feel like they have failed. I would like for you to take some time to reflect on the overall situation. I want you to zoom out, look at the overall situation, and then zoom in and collect the data of what made whatever your adventure was or situation fail. And I want you to reflect on that. What can you do better? What did you do the best that you can? How can you refine that? Taking that knowledge and then put that towards your next adventure, your next situation, your next business idea, and start at that particular level. I would also like to prompt a question, and I would love to hear your answers in the comment section below. What would you do if starting over wasn't shameful? But what if it was secret? What if it was something so secret to you that starting over didn't feel shameful? It didn't feel like a prison. You learned the lessons and you are ready. What would you do? I'm so interested. Mine was starting a podcast, and I'm so happy that I started, and I'm so happy that you're here. I hope to see you in my next one. That's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me and being here with me today. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.